plan for tonight is side crow. So we're gonna do lots of twisting and core building and stuff as we lead up to that. So we're gonna get started today in child's pose. So you can have your knees wide or your knees together. I know knees wide is the traditional version for child's pose, but sometimes I just feel better with my knees together, forehead down, arms alongside your body. And start to settle in and breathe. This is always something I incorporate in class just because slowing down your breath sends a signal to your brain that you can go ahead and calm down, that you're not in danger. What's my favorite way to begin? Our thought for class today by the author Emily Marushin in her book, The Empowered Self. She shares this thought. Problems feel big when we're in the middle of them. The emotions take over and we lose our sense of self within them. No event is bigger than your ability to respond to it. Your power is in your response. Your power is in your choice. Your power is in the meanings you create. All emotions, states, and events are temporary. Trust yourself to find a way. You can, you always have, and you always will. We're going to stay here for a few more breaths. If you need to fidget, allow yourself that time to fidget and get comfortable, but then start to settle again. One more deep breath in. Let it all go. If your hands aren't already overhead, go ahead and extend them overhead. Walk your hands over to the right as far as they will go. And set your left hand on top of your right, feeling this side bend in your left side body. Feeling the extra space open up between each rib. Walk yourself back to center. And again, over to the left. Right hand plays on top of left. You can even rest your left ear on your left bicep if your body is heading that direction. Walk your hands back to center. This time, pick up your left arm, thread it underneath your right armpit. Set your left ear on the ground, extend your right arm out in front of you, twisting into this. You can keep your right fingertips planted on the floor in front of you, or even send your right arm up to the sky. Send it up to the sky, really press through the back of your left hand, deepening that twist. Or even drop your right arm at the small of your back. Send your right arm up and plant your fingertips. Unwind your left hand and we'll switch sides. Right hand snakes under, right ear plants down, left fingertips reach forward. Maybe the left arm goes up. Maybe it drapes over your back. And that left arm back. Plant your left fingertips. Extend your right arm back forward again and press yourself up to tabletop position. Moving through my favorite part of class into cat-cow. Drop your belly. Lift your tailbone. Lift the crown of your head. Open your chest. Press through all four corners of your palms. not just your wrists. Exhale, tuck your chin, tuck your pelvis. It's like your pelvis and your forehead are magnetized together, pressing your shoulder blades apart. Inhale, come back to cow. Exhale, back to cow. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cow. Continue through this on your own breath. Once or twice more, just staying in this central plane. Now add in whatever motion you need, whether it's circling your hips around, pausing in a particular spot, feeling out any areas of stiffness, any areas of tension. Wiggle around, figure out what you need. Come to a neutral tabletop, nice and still. Extend your right leg back behind you, landing on the ball of your foot. And extend your left arm forward, reaching your fingertips towards the front of your mat, front of your room. Lift your right leg up behind you. As you exhale, find that cat shape in your back, really rounding, spreading your shoulder blades. Tap your elbow and your knee underneath your body. Inhale, open it back up. Engage your core, find a flat, strong spine. Exhale, round your spine and tap. Inhale, straighten out your spine, extend your arm and leg. One more time, exhale, round your spine, tap. Inhale, extend. And set your hand back down, set your knee back down. And move the other side. Send your left foot out behind you, ball of the foot lands. Right arm reaches up. Lift your left leg up. Flat, strong spine, strong core. Breath in, breath out. Push the earth away, round your spine. Tap your knee and elbow. Inhale, flatten out your spine and extend. Exhale, round and tap. Inhale, open. Exhale, round and tap. Inhale, open, and set your foot down. Set your hand down. Back to a tabletop position. Throw in one cat-cow, maybe two, to loosen things up. Drop down to your forearms. So we're in this forearm plank shape. Step back so now you are in your forearm plank. Arms make a nice strong triangle. You can have your hands at number 11 or fists clasped beneath your face. And take your right knee, pick it up. Can you swing it under towards your left tricep and step back? Now, left knee, twist right tricep and back. And you're really just pulling in that direction. Keep going right side. I can't get mine to touch. I can get a couple inches away. Once more on each side. Right knee reaches to the left tricep and back. Left knee reaches and back. Drop your knees down. Plant your hands back to your tabletop. One quick cat-cow. We're doing some early core work here. This is intentional. Maybe it's in a different place than it might usually be in class. Hands planted right underneath your shoulders. Step your feet back, landing on the balls of your feet. Take a breath in and a breath out. You may have guessed it. Right knee reaches up, left elbow. Maybe this time you can actually tap it, especially if you push off your back foot. Left knee, right elbow. Back twice more on each side. Right knee, left elbow. Other side, left knee. And right knee. And last time, left knee. And high plank, knees down. Press back into child's pose. Breath in, breath out. Pick yourself back up to your tabletop position. Tuck your toes. Come to downward facing dog. First downward dog of the practice of the night. Let's start by giving yourself what you need. Feel it out a little bit. Bend one leg, bend the other. Come up high on your toes and then low onto your heels. If you bend your knees. Pick up your right leg, three-legged dog. Just a gentle three-legged dog. Doesn't have to be too intense. We're going to move into pigeon, but just a gentle pigeon. So your knee plants behind your right wrist. Your right shin is probably at about a 45-degree angle. Slide your left foot back so your weight is nice and high and centered over that front leg. Now we're going to twist to the right. We're going to walk our fingertips over to the right. For me, this early in the practice, this early in the day, this is going to be it. If you're feeling pretty loose, maybe your left elbow plants near your right knee. At some point, we might even be able to prayer our hands and find that twist. I can't do that quite yet. Just stay up on my fingertips. Just find that twist over your right leg. We'll revisit this at the end of class. This twisted pigeon. See how it feels different. You can gaze back to your extended leg just to incorporate your neck a little bit. Walk your hands back to the front of your mat. Tuck your back toe. This is early in the practice, so just keep it gentle. Lift up onto that back toe. Step back to your downward facing dog. On the other side, left leg goes up nice and gentle. Left knee behind left wrist. Get your left shin situated. Wiggle that right leg back. Make sure your weight is centered. Before you start to walk those fingertips over to the left, again, you decide how deeply you can twist this early on. Maybe your right shoulder can start to head towards the ground, or your right elbow to that front knee. Walk your fingertips back to center. Tuck your back toe, lift up your weight enough. Step that left leg right back into downward facing dog. Take 3 deep breaths here. Look up at your hands and tiptoe your feet all the way up to your hands. Clasp opposite elbows. Give a little sway from side to side. In this ragdoll pose, you always have the option to interlace your fingers, place them at the nape of your neck. Sometimes that extra weight of your hands just takes you a little bit deeper than otherwise. And drop your hands down to the mat. Heel to your feet so that they're just a tiny bit apart, maybe even close together, maybe even feet together touching. I like to keep mine about 2 inches apart. And come sit down all the way onto your heels. And we'll start with this little toe stand. So you're on your heels, hands to heart center, and twist over to your right. Twist, 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 twist. As far as you can, see if you can get your forearms parallel to the side of the room. Finding twist in your belly button and your mid back and your upper back. Maybe your neck starts to look back. And come back to center. Twist to the left. Other side. Twist. Gaze maybe over your left shoulder. And back to center. Once more on each side. Twist. This time, if you want to try it, send your left hand to your right shoulder and your right arm open. Back to center. And other side, twist to the left. Right hand, left shoulder. Left arm opens up. And back to center. Plant your hands, send your hips high. Wiggle your feet out if you need a little break after that. Find yourself in that deep forward fold. We'll move through a few sun salutations before we get into the meat of class. So inhale, roll all the way up to standing, arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Here we go. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart, forward fold. Breathe into a halfway lift. Pause here for just a couple breaths. Engage that core. Pay close attention to your core today. Is it lifting? Is it engaged? Do you feel it supporting your upper body? Exhale forward. Roll all the way up. As we get into side curl later, it's so much about core strength, and that core has got to be turned on and engaged. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward. Inhale, roll to standing. Let your arms float up, gaze at your fingers. Exhale, hands come to heart. One more just like that before we move on. Inhale up. Exhale, forward. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward. Breathe in, roll up. Gaze up at the very top to your fingertips. And exhale, hands to heart. Okay, adding on, moving into our sun salutation. Inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale halfway. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your right foot back. Step your left foot back, high plank. Drop to your knees. Send your elbows behind you. Lower all the way down to the earth. Inhale to a baby cobra. Your forehead comes up. And exhale, lower down. And again, inhale, peel up. And forehead down. One more time. Inhale, peel up. Exhale, forehead down. Press back through tabletop. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Pause here for 3 breaths. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, walk. Step all the way up to those hands. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Inhale, rolls you up. And exhale, hands to heart. Another sun salutation. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your left foot back. Step your right foot back. This time, stay in high plank for a big breath in. And exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale to a baby cobra. Maybe it's a little bit higher this time. Exhale, forehead down. Tuck your toes, turn on your core, and press right back up into high plank from the floor. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, hop, step, tiptoe, float all the way up to your hands. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward. Breathe in, roll up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, inhale up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant hands. Step back, lower down, all in one exhale. Inhale to your back bend, cobra. Exhale, forward, forehead back down. Tuck toes, press the high plank, and downward facing dog. Inhale, up to your hands. Walk, step, float all the way up to your hands. Breathe in, halfway. Breathe out, forward. Breathe in, roll up, gaze up. And exhale as your hands drop down to your heart. We'll do one more, maybe 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back if you're ready to jump back, jump back. Lower down, maybe only halfway this time to chaturanga. Inhale, maybe upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your hand. Exhale, make your way there. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale as you forward fold. Breathe in as you roll up. Breathe out, hands down. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, plant hands, step back, lower down, you choose. Inhale, back bend. Exhale down. Breathe in and breathe. Inhale, look at your hand. Exhale, tiptoe, hop, step, float, walk, jump, handstand. All the way up to your hands. Breathe in, half lift. Breathe out, forward. Breathe in, roll up, gaze up. And exhale, and come down to your heart. Hang out here for just a couple breaths. Staying there, I'm going to see if I can adjust the lighting up just a little bit. I'm not loving it. Big breath in, and big breath out. Okay, moving through the meat of our flow today as we work on side throw. You'll catch lots of twisting and core action, core engagement, and it will all build up to side throw. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Inhale, sweep your fingertips on the ground, coming into chair. For chair today, I have my feet just about 2 inches apart, and they're parallel today. Instead of toes together, heels. We can try on a couple different options. There's no rule. Make sure your pelvis is nice and tucked. It's not sticking out. It's not way under. It's nice and neutral. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Hands to center. Twist over to the right. Hook your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. Maybe you gaze up and over that right shoulder. Squeezing through your legs. Your quads are activated and engaged. Breath in and breath out. Now send your right arm up to the sky. Your left arm hangs out right up there by your shoulder. We're not going to drop it down yet. One more breath in. Exhale, right arm stays where it is. Left hand plants just in front of your left toes. Step your left foot back. Maybe adjust your left hand. We're right into this low crescent twist. Gaze up at that right hand. And breathe. One more breath in. As you exhale, drop your right fingers to the back of your mat, down to the ground. Circle them all the way to the front, up to crescent. Squeeze your left glute. Drop back on your right hip crease. Send your biceps back behind your ears, but without lifting up those shoulders. Breath in, breath out, plant your hands. Send your right leg way up high, three-legged up. This first round, open up your hip, your right hip stacking on top of your left. Maybe your right knee bends, roll out that ankle. Maybe you do a few big hip circles. Inhale, re-straighten that leg. Exhale, press your shoulders over your wrists. Draw your right knee, left elbow. And inhale back up. We're going to do that again. Draw your right knee to your right elbow, but I also want you to think about pulling your right hip to your right elbow. So we're almost, right leg goes back up. One more time. Right knee to left elbow, but your hip is pulling towards your right elbow as well. Then inhale back up. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose this time. Step your right foot through into this little lunge. Punch your fingertips. Start to lift your chest so we're not hunched over. You want to put your hands on blocks. That breath in and breath out. Big ask here. Inhale, windmill your hands all the way up and open. Warrior two. Right knee is forward. Again, squeezing that left glute. Pulling that right knee so it's tracking over your longest toe on your right foot. Breath in and breath out. Moving into triangle. Straighten your right leg. Reach your right fingertips towards the front of the room, keeping your chest nice and lifted. When you can't reach any further, And start to tilt. Drop your right hand to the floor or to the inside of your leg, gazing up at your left hand. Your chest is still nice and open to the side of the room. You're not collapsing. Your chest isn't facing the ground. If your chest is facing the ground, then pick up your right hand a little higher onto your leg. So you can keep it open and lifted. One more breath in. As you breathe out, your legs stay exactly the same. Hands come to heart center. With your hands at heart center, rotate from your belly button so your chest faces down towards the earth. Breath in. This is a real goofy variation of triangle legs. And breath out. Pick up onto the ball of your back foot. Bend your front knee. So now you're in this airplane crescent. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, send your arms up high. Exhale, hands to heart. Prayer twist over to the right. Again, that left elbow hooks on your right knee. Keep those thumbs pressing towards your heart. So you're trying to twist your heart to be even with those thumbs. Again, you're not sinking down, but you're using those hands to press. Gaze up over your right shoulder. Breath in. As you breathe out, switch your gaze. Gaze goes down to your mat, looking at your right foot. Take a breath in. Breath out. Bend your back knee the tiniest bit. Press off. Left foot steps next to right. You're right back into this chair twist. Breath in. And breath out. Sink your hips down to the mat. So you come up on your heels, not to the mat, sink your hips down to your heels on the balls of your feet. We're in this prayer twist, kind of similar to how we started in our warm-up today. Breath in. And exhale, twist towards the front. Plant your fingertips, send your hips high. Exhale. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, plant your hands, step back, move through your vinyasa any way you would like. We'll all come to downward facing dog together. Breath in and out. Look to your hands. Hop, step, float all the way up to those hands. Breathe into a halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, roll up. And exhale, hands to heart. And we'll do the other side. So get your feet adjusted. You want to try toes together, heels apart this time, and see if you like that better. Or if you want to try feet parallel, you choose. Inhale, come into chair. Breath in. One more breath out. Last inhale. Exhale, hands to heart, twist over to the left this time. Right elbow hooks, pressing into those hands, twisting your heart towards your thumbs. Inhale, and exhale. Send your left arm up. Your right hand rests on that shoulder, not moving that far. Breath in. Breath out. Plant your right hand just in front of your right toe. Step your right foot back. Maybe wiggle your right hand back a little into this crescent twist. Gaze up at that left hand. Breath in. As you breathe out, fingertips rotate towards the back of the room. Down to the mat. Press into your right hand. Lift your chest up to a high crescent. Breath in. Breath out. Plant your hands. Send your left leg high. Three-legged dog. Right away, open up your hip. Left hip sets on top of right. Maybe your left leg bends. Maybe it just hangs and you let gravity do its job. Or you can add those ankle circles or those knee circles. Re-straighten that left leg. Now here we go. As you exhale, shoulders over wrists, left knee, right elbow, but also pay attention to where your hip is going, towards your opposite elbow. Inhale up. Exhale, right knee, left knee, right elbow, your hip towards your left elbow. One more time. Exhale, twist and tap. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to nose. Step your left foot through this time. Find your gentle low lunge. Plant your fingertips, open your chest. One more breath in. One more breath out. As you inhale, windmill all the way open. Warrior two, left foot forward. Don't just dump all the weight into your front leg. Activate your back kneecap. Activate your right glute to help your body carry some of that weight. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Reach your fingertips towards the front of the room as flat as can be. Flat, 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 flat. When you can't reach further, then you come into triangle. Inhale. Exhale. Bottom half stays the same. Draw hands to your heart. Inhale. Exhale. Bottom half stays the same. Rotate your chest over that front leg. Pick up the ball onto the ball of your back foot. Bend your front knee. Now you're in this airplane crescent. Breath in. Breath out. One more breath in. And exhale. Hook that right elbow on that left knee. Now you're in a prayer crescent twist. Gaze up over your left shoulder at the ceiling. Breath in. Breath out. Send your gaze down to your left foot. Bend your back knee ever so slightly. Push off. Right foot steps next to left. Right into this chair twist where we started. Breath in. As you breathe out, bend your knees. Send your butt back to your heels. Come up onto the ball of your feet. So you're in this prayer twist. Breath in. And breath out. Fingertips plant down. Send your hips high. Shake it out. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale. Plant your hands. Step back. Jump back. Move through your vinyasa your favorite way. Come into downward facing dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. Two more breaths here. Inhale to your hands. Exhale, make your way up to your hands. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Roll all the way up. And exhale, hands down. Stay here for a few breaths. We'll move through that again more quickly, and I'll start to change things up a little bit, just to make them a little more challenging. You can take those options or leave them. We'll do that sequence twice more through on each side, and that third time we'll stop and play with side crow a little bit. Drop your hands down alongside your body. Set up your feet however you'd like, parallel or toes together. Moving on to the right side. Inhale, sweep your fingertips, come into chair. Exhale, hands to heart, prayer twist over to the right. Inhale, send your right arm up to the sky. Exhale, plant your left hand. Step your left foot back into a crescent twist. Breath in. Breath out. Roll that arm down and sweep it all the way up. Big inhale, crescent. Exhale, plant your hands. Inhale, right leg goes up, three-legged dog. Exhale, right hip steps over left, just quickly. Inhale, send your right leg up. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Send it back up as you breathe in. Breathe out again. Right knee, left elbow. Inhale. One more time. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale back up. Exhale, knee to nose. Step your right foot through. Inhale, windmill your hands all the way up. Warrior two. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Reach forward as you exhale into triangle. Stay here for one breath in. Breathe out as your hands come to your heart. Rotate your chest over that front leg. Bend your front knee, come up on the ball of your back foot. Stay here in this airplane crescent for one breath in. Breath out, twist over to the right, hook that elbow. Inhale, look up to the sky. Exhale, look down to the mat. Bend your back knee ever so slightly. Left foot steps next to right, prayer twist. Breath in and breath out. Drop your butt down to your heels, finding this prayer twist. Breathe in and breathe out. We're not going to move into side crow yet, but we will eventually. So for now, just plant your hands over to the left on the outside edge of your mat. Start to bend your elbows back towards your body and just lean a little bit. If side crow's a piece of cake for you and you want to do it, go for it. But for now, we're just going to practice a little bit, shifting our weight into our hands. Come back onto your toes. Lift your chest, hands back to heart center, lifting high this time. Twist back to center, hands plant, hips go high. Shake it out. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out. Plant your hands, step back, move through your vinyasa, come all the way to downward facing dog. Pausing here for 3 breaths. Look to your hands and travel there. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward. Breathe in, roll up to standing, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart, right into the other side. Set your feet up for chair. Inhale, come into chair. Exhale, hands to heart, twist to the left. Breathe in, stay, and breathe out. Inhale, left arm goes up to the sky. Exhale, plant your right hand, step your right foot back. Exhale, drop your fingertips to the back of the mat, all the way around, down to the front of the mat, and lift up, high crescent, breath in. Breath out, plant your hands, send your left leg up, 3-legged dog. Stack your left hip on top of your right, open your hips for just a brief moment. Left leg goes high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee crosses under, right elbow. Inhale up. And left knee under, right elbow. Inhale up. And left knee goes under, right elbow. Inhale up. Exhale, plant your left foot between your hands. Windmill your arms all the way open to warrior 2. Breath in. And breath out. Straighten your front leg. Reach your fingertips forward, come into triangle. Stay for a breath in. As you breathe out, hands come to heart. Rotate your chest flat down to the ground. Come up high on the ball of your back foot. Bend your left knee. Breathe in. Breathe out. Twist over to the left. Hook your left elbow on your front knee. Your right elbow on your front knee. Gaze up at the ceiling. And gaze down at your foot. Micro bend in your back leg. Step your right foot next to your left. Breath in. Breath out. Drop your butt to your heels. In this twisted position, breath in. And breath out. Here we go again on the other side. Plant your hands. Really, your hands are planted so that they're making a triangle with the balls of your feet. Balls of your feet are landing right in between where your 2 hands are. My heels of my hands land just outside the edge of my mat. Bend your elbows towards you, back towards you, so you're shifting your weight into those hands. Bring your chest all the way up high, kneeling, hands to heart, twist back to center. Exhale, plant your hands. Shake it out. Breathe into a half lift. Breathe out, forward fold, plant your hands, step back. Move all the way through your vinyasa your favorite way. And the downward facing dog. And we'll rest for 3 breaths. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale, look to the top of your mat. Exhale, make your way all the way up to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll up. Arms up, gaze up. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Pause here, take a few breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. One more breath in and breath out. We'll do that one more time on both sides. This time we'll pause and play with side crow for a little bit before we move on. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart. Bend your knees, sweep your fingertips, come into chair. Exhale, hands to heart center. Prayer twist over to the right, hook that up. Send your right arm up, inhale. Exhale, plant your left hand, step your left foot back, twist. Exhale, fingertips drop back, sweep forward all the way up. Exhale, plant your hands, send your right leg high, three-legged dog. This time you option to flip your dog. Open up your hips, right hip over left, maybe so much so that your left foot drops all the way down to the earth, flipping all your toes to point to the back of the room. And exhale, right hand plants, right leg goes right back up. Exhale, knee crosses under, tap your left elbow. Inhale high. Exhale, knee under, tap your left elbow, inhale up high. One more time, exhale, knee taps your left elbow. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to nose, step your right foot through your hands. Just pause here for a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, open all the way up, warrior two. And exhale. Straighten your front leg, drop into triangle. Breath in, breath out, hands come to heart. Rotate over that front leg. Come up high on the ball of your back foot, bend your front knee. Twist right over into your prayer twist for your crescent side. Inhale, gaze up over your right shoulder. Gaze down next to your left foot. Micro bend in your back knee, left foot steps next to right. Drop your butt all the way down towards your heels. And here's where we'll pause to work on side crow. So plant those hands again. My hands here are making a triangle. 1, 2, 3 with my foot. So there's two ways to do side crow. If you've never done it before, it's still relatively new to you. The thing you want to remember is to bend your elbows back. So I'm making a shelf with these elbows. When you make a shelf with your elbows, you want to stack your knee and your hip on those two shelf points. So your entire femur is resting between those two elbows. And you can shift your weight forward and start to pick up those back toes and balance. If you want to try something else, if that's never worked for you, or if you've done it a million times, you want to try something else, then you want to shift your hands a little further to the right. And this time your right elbow, while still pointing back, while still active, won't actually have anything attached to it. So the middle of your thigh will come to your left elbow. Again, shift your weight forward, your toes come up. But this right elbow, while it's still supporting me, there's no leg resting on it. So you choose, you can play with that for a minute, and we'll move on to the other side. This version with your femur between both elbows is definitely easier for most people. But if that's never worked for you, and you're particularly twisty, try this other option. Once you've had a chance to try that out, walk your hands back to center, find a forward fold. Grab opposite elbows here for just a moment and ragdoll. Plant your hands. Either move through a vinyasa or just step back to downward facing dog. We'll pause to take 3 breaths together before we do the other side, last time through. Inhale and look to your hands. Exhale as you step all the way up to your hands. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward. Inhale, roll all the way up. Send your arms up. And exhale, hands come to heart. Breath in. Breath out. One more breath in. One more breath out. Last side, last time through. Toes together, or parallel. And join toes together tonight. Inhale, sweep your fingers, come to chair. Exhale, hands to heart, twist over to the left. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Exhale, right hand plants, right foot steps back. Breath in. Exhale as the left arm rolls all the way around and then sweeps to the front, coming into high crescent. Exhale takes you right back down. Send your left leg up, three-legged dog. Open your hip, left hip stacking over right. Maybe you flip all the way around. Flipping your dog. Gazing towards the front of the room. And exhale, left hand plants, left leg goes right back up. Exhale, left knee crosses under to the right elbow. Inhale up. 2 more times. Elbow to knee. And up. 1 more time. The elbow. And up. Knee to nose. Step through your hands. Inhale, windmill all the way open. Warrior 2. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Reach forward. Coming into triangle. Breath in. Breath out. Hands come to heart center. Twist your chest over to flat to the ground. Come up high on the ball of your back foot. Bend your front knee. Continue twisting to the left. Your right elbow on your left knee. Gaze up at the sky. Gaze down at your left foot. Tiny bend in your back leg. Right foot steps next to left. Breath in. Breath out. Drop your hips all the way down. I'll turn to face you while we do this again. Okay. So you plant your left hands. You plant your hands at the edge of your mat. Heel of your hand probably pretty close to the edge of your mat. Again, bend your elbows in towards you. Those elbows and arms should all stay parallel. No elbows sticking out, or this will never work. Those chaturanga arms. And maybe your femur lands on top of that shelf, elbow to knee, and shift your weight forward and pick up your toes. Or maybe you walk your hands back a little bit further, so your right elbow is closer to in line with the edge of your left femur, and just your left femur rests on your right elbow. Your left elbow is out there in space, but not supporting any weight directly. Try one, try both. Just another couple breaths. Once you're done, lift your chest up to kneeling high. Rotate over the front. Plant your hands. And this time, step right back to downward facing dog. A little bit of work here. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Back up. Exhale, tap. Inhale up. Right knee, left elbow. 2 more times, inhale up. Right knee, left elbow. 1 more time. Right knee, left elbow. Inhale up. Step down, 3-legged dog. Other side, left leg up. Exhale, cross under to your opposite elbow. Inhale up. Exhale, cross. Inhale up. Exhale, cross. 2 more. Inhale up. Cross it under. Inhale up. Last one. Cross it under. Come to your high plank. Hold it here. We're going to hold it here for about 10 breaths. Last breath in, and drop to your knees. Drop the child's pose or all the way to your belly. You find your favorite position of rest that you need. We'll rest here for a few breaths before we get back into it. And again, our thought for today. Problems feel big when we're in the middle of them. The emotions take over and we lose our sense of self within them. No event is bigger than your ability to respond to it. Your power is in your response. Your power is in your choice. your powers and the meanings you create. All emotions, states, and events are temporary. Trust yourself to find a way. You can. You always have and you always will. So coming up for this next balancing portion, just remember, all emotions, states, and events are temporary. Trust yourself to find a way. We'll stay here for a bit longer. Take a big breath in and out. Bring some life back into your body. When you're ready, come to tabletop. There's no rush. We'll spend a few moments here at tabletop. Moving through cat and cow, waking your body up. Bring some movement back to your body. Tuck your toes, come to downward facing dog. Walk your feet in so your down dog is a little bit shorter than maybe it usually is. Now take your left hand and reach back towards your right ankle or calf or shin. And a little bit of a twist here. Plant your left hand to the other side, right hand reaches back, ankle, calf. And plant your right hand back down. Walk your hands all the way up, all the way to the top of your mat. Breathing in, roll all the way up to standing. Let your shoulders shrug up around your ears before you exhale and let them fall down your back, relaxing down your back. To move into our balancing portion of the day, it's going to be a little twisty, and it'll feel familiar. I've incorporated a couple of those same twisting movements as we balance. Start by shifting your weight into your right foot. Pick up your left leg, cross it over your right as you bend your right leg. We're coming into eagle. So you can tap your toe on the ground here to kickstand it, or leave it floating, or wrap it all the way around. When our right leg is under, our right arm goes on top. So option number one, give yourself a hug here. Option number two, backs of hands together. Option number three is the double wrap. Keep your elbows lifted at shoulder height. Keep your wrists stacked right over your elbows. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, keep your eagle arms. We're going to unwind our legs, start to tilt forward into warrior three with this eagle arm option. Breath in. Breath out, bend your standing leg, tap your toe behind you, still hang on to those eagle arms. Lift, coming into crescent with your eagle arm. Really pull your elbows away. There's actually a spreading between your shoulder blades when you're in eagle arms, almost like you find in cat back. Inhale, this time unwind your arms, lift them high. Exhale, hands come right to heart center, twist over to the right. Crescent twist, we've been here a bunch already today, so we'll just move through. But gaze down at the floor, just in front of your right toes. Set your left fingertips on the mat, somewhere just out in front of your left toes. Press into standing. Left fingertips on the ground, right fingertips up, moving right into twisted half moon. This is a big ask, it's a big one. Just give it a try. Your left hand can certainly be on a block or floating. Breath in. Breath out. Draw your left knee in. Bring your hands to center. Line up your knees, and maybe you come to chair, or maybe you leave your left toes back behind you ever so slightly, just changing up the chair a little bit, adding a little bit of challenge. Last breath in, and breath out. Step your feet together, release. Whew. That is a number on your standing leg. Inhale, roll all the way up. Hands float up, arms float up. Hands to our center, give it a shake. And we'll do the other side. So this time, shift the weight into your left leg. Pick up your right leg, set it over. Decide how you want to handle your feet. Your left leg is under. Means your left arm is over. Choose your arm option here. Again, pulling those elbows away from your face. Spreading through your shoulder. Breath in. Breath out. Keep your eagle arms. Unwind your standing leg. Unwind your top leg. Reach back to warrior three. With eagle arms. Breath in. Breath out. Reach your left back leg back. Bend your standing leg. Follow the heel lands crescent with your eagle arms. Inhale, send your arms high. Exhale, hands to heart, prayer twist to the left. Hook your elbow, but just for a moment. Gaze down just ahead of your left toes. Micro bend your back leg, push off, send your fingertips down to the ground, left arm up, moving right into twisted half movement. Breath in, breath out. Draw your right knee in, bend your standing leg so your knees are glued together. Maybe your right toes come down to the ground. Hands to heart center, prayer twist over to the left. Breath in, and breath out. Step together, roll down. Grab opposite elbows, sway side to side. And send your butt all the way down to the ground. All the way down onto your back. A little bit of work left before we finish things off. Moving into bridge, so plant your feet right next to your butt so that you can almost, or maybe you can, sweep your fingertips on the backs of your heels. Pick up your right leg, set your ankle on your left thigh just above your knee, so you're in this figure four shape. Now tuck your pelvis under so the gap with your low back closes. And inhale, press through your glutes, lift your hips high. Now lower back down, tapping that flat back that you just flattened onto the ground. So when you're up here, you don't lose that curve and just set your butt down. When you're pressing high, you keep that hollow body shape and you're tapping your low back. So your butt might not even come all the way down. And then press up high. Lower, tap your low back. Press up. Lower, tap your low back. And press up. Lower, tap your low back. Press up. Two more. Lower, low back hits the floor and up. One more. Lower and up. When you're still up, release your right leg. Now lower all the way back down. Maybe sweep your legs from side to side, sweep your knees from side to side, windshield wiper. And you'll do the other side. Pick up your left ankle, set it on your thigh, just above your knee. Tilt your pelvis, so low back is flat on the ground. And press up, squeezing into those glutes. Lower down, tapping your low back, not tapping your butt, tapping your low back. Press up, lower tap, press up, lower tap, press up. Three more. Lower tap, press up, tap, press up, and tap, press up. Release your left leg, step it next to your right, and lower all the way down. Step your feet really wide on your mat this time. And as you windshield wiper your legs from side to side, let those knees fall all the way in. Walk those feet back towards one another and bring your knees not all the way into your chest, but knees just stacked right over hips. So you're making like a 90-degree angle here. Now you're going to take your hands and you're going to lift, flex those hands, plant them with you've got your right forearm against your hip and your left forearm against your knee. And what shape is this? We're in side crow, but supine on our backs. And then reach your arms up and overhead. Opposite side. Flex your hands, reach, see if you can get your elbows all the way up to your hip and knee. And back. And other side. Reach. Other side. Reach. So this reclined version of side crow is a great option just to feel how that shape comes together and how your arms meet your legs. And of course, it's not exact. One more on each side and then we'll be done. Switch. Other side. And this time extend your feet, relax, release them all the way down to the ground. You can have your hands up and overhead or maybe alongside your body. Just rest here for a brief moment. Plant your feet again, right next to your bum. We're going to move back into bridge, but just your traditional bridge to find that moment of back bend. If you want to move into full wheel, if you're ready for that and it's in your practice, go for it. Tuck your pelvis under, flattening that low back. Squeeze your glutes, activate your thighs, lift, press your hips high. Maybe this time clasp your hands, straighten out your arms, rolling your shoulders under, rolling those biceps under, pressing from your hands all the way through your entire forearm, all the way up to your shoulders, squeezing your glutes. Last week we talked a lot about squeezing one muscle releases the opposite opposing muscle and providing length. So if we're squeezing our glutes, we find length at the front of our body, which we need here in bridge. Just a few more breaths. Breath in, and release your hands. Come up onto your tippy toes. Pull all the way down onto your back, gently, gently, gently. Draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little side-to-side sway. And come all the way up to seated. We'll flip over into downward dog just to get us back into pigeon. Now that we have twisted and worked and lengthened and strengthened, we're going to see how that twisted pigeon feels now compared to how it felt at the beginning of the class. So find your downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up. Draw your right knee behind your right wrist. Set up your right shin somewhere around 45 or maybe closer to parallel to your back. Come up onto your fingertips. You can start by just walking your fingertips over to the right, just like we did at the beginning of class. Maybe your left elbow, you can hook on that knee. Maybe your hands find prayer and you press into that. This is a much more active version of pigeon, so we'll only stay here for another breath. Now release your hands, come back into center, but we're not done yet. Keeping your legs just as they all fold into pigeon. Now you can stay here, just like this, or reach your right fingertips up above and slide that left hand under, like we did at the beginning of class in child's pose. And again, you can stay just like this, or reach your right arm up, keep it over your back. We'll stay here for several breaths. So if you need to adjust, come out of the twist or lighten up on the twist, fidget your way into something comfortable, but then settle back in and find stillness. Last few breaths here. Get your fingertips underneath your shoulders. Start to lift your chest up. Lean over to the right. Swing your left leg all the way around to the front and hook it around your knee at the front of the room. And twist over to your left. Hook your elbow on your knee, send your left fingertips behind you, move your gaze over that left shoulder. And release that. Unwind your legs, don't think too hard about it. Flip right back over into downward dog so we can do the other side. Ooh, I feel lopsided. Okay, let's do the other side so we don't feel so lopsided. Inhale your left leg up, left knee behind your left wrist. Set up that front shin, slide that right leg back. Make sure your weight is nice and centered. Fingertips walk over to the left. Maybe the right elbow hooks. And you find a prayer twist. Ooh, mine's definitely tougher on this side. Only a breath or two here. Release those fingertips. Walk back to center. And fold into pigeon. If you'd like the twist, extend the left arm up and overhead. Right hand sneaks under right here to the mat. Maybe your left arm over your low back. Just as needed, we'll be here for a little bit. Start to lift up onto your fingertips. Unwind if you're not already. Lean over to the left. Swing your right leg all the way around. Get at the front of your knee. Twist to the right. Brace those right fingertips behind you. Gaze over your right shoulder. Unwind, twist back to center, release those legs out in front of you. Roll down onto your back. Last posture of class today, happy baby. Grab your big toes, knees alongside your body. You can make this happy baby still and calm and just let gravity do its job, or you can wiggle and kick one leg and the other. One more big breath in. And let your last exhale send you into Shavasana, legs wide, let your toes fall away from one another. Press your elbows into the ground and tuck your shoulder blades under and behind you. And then as you send your arms alongside your body, your arms will naturally externally rotate away from you. Take this opportunity to let your mind and body rest. And I'll call you back to finish class. to bring some life back into your body. Roll out your ankles, roll out your wrists. And shift into the fetal position on your favorite side. From Emily Marushin's book, The Empowered Self. I invite you to carry this with you. Problems feel big when we're in the middle of them. The emotions take over and we lose our sense of self within them. No event is bigger than your ability to respond to it. Your power is in your response. Your power is in your choice. Your power is in the meanings you create. All emotions, states, and events are temporary. Trust yourself to find a way. You can, you always have, and you always will. Press yourself all the way up to seated, keeping your eyes closed or mostly closed. Draw your hands to heart center. Press your thumbs into your heart, honoring your unique spirit that makes you different and valuable. I see that value in you. The light in me honors and sees the light in each one of you. Namaste.